welcome to the channel. With this new AMS2 1.6.4 update, we also see the launch of the Adrenaline Pack 2 with the introduction of the Super Trophy Truck series and all of the new circuit layouts that come with it. These high-powered off-road trucks compete on tracks with large jumps and tight corners, often taking place in stadiums and street circuits. They're known for their extreme action and spectacular jumps. In addition to this new series, we also get a load of updates to improve your current experience. Before we look into the detail of the Super Trophy Truck series, let's check out the other changes. Of course, if you like the content, please like and subscribe to see more. There's improved software optimization. This means your overall PC performance should improve with the performance optimization on CPU rendering. This means you should be able to increase some of the settings in-game. This is combined with a fix related to sun flare and rendering that will also enhance the graphics. This is fine detail to further improve the visuals. Examples of feedback I've already seen. Optimization seems promising. I just set all the graphic details to the highest level, super sampling to 1.5 to 1, and started a race with a wet track preset, storm weather, 47 AI cars with the player at P8. The frames per second were playable, not completely smooth, but I don't think I've been able to do this with max detail over 2 years. Frames per second at Le Mans has greatly improved with new CPU optimization for me, even with changing time and weather. I haven't compared data directly, but it feels like my frames per second is much more stable, especially in replays and monitor. I've been able to increase shadows to ultra, and I'm still having a stable 117 frames per second in monitor mode. I feel like previously it was a bit more erratic. There's also a multiplayer update. This build introduces some mitigating developments to issues encountered in rolling starts, especially in multiplayer environments. So what's changed? Reza has removed the start light countdown in rolling starts. This will make going from red light countdown to green far less predictable. Lights go from all red directly to green. This will minimize controlled jump starts as cars accelerate a gap in front. The new single-player option introduced in 1.6 had a max grid size of 48 cars. It also had an AI wet performance scaler and an AI mistake multiplier. This has now been added to Championship mode, but note, the 48 max car grid size in Championship mode requires 12 GB of RAM. In addition to this, there are other AI updates. Some further fine-tuning in tyre physics and improved general AI calibration with running cold tyres on a cold track. This will really balance the AI's performance up from cold to hot tyres. There's also a revision to the live track rubber laydown to better reflect current tyre load and slip, which will reduce the difference between the player and the AI vehicles. This will improve the race experience overall in longer races. This mini race I did here was an absolute blast from start to finish. It was over 40 minutes long and it had varying weather conditions. My ability to race the cars from start to finish was more enhanced than the previous build. However, before the race, I also saw the benefit of the new AI behaviour in qualifying and practice. If the AI car runs into another car and is held up in the first or second sector of a hot lap in practice or qualifying, it may either re-engage outlap behaviour or open up a gap for another hot lap. It could also return to the pit if it is late into the stint. One of the comments I've seen relating to this AI behaviour: the new AI start of practice quali session logic is a vast improvement. It makes the beginning and overall flow of the session much better, more realistic. A legacy issue that's also been fixed is a car-specific update to the Brabham BT46 with an adjusted AI undertray physics to mitigate lower performance versus the player in this car. There's also an additional change to the UI hood car setup. There is now an added aero and suspension option for pit strategy repair shortcuts. This allows aero and suspension to be repaired separate from brake and engine replacements. There's also further adjustment to slick compounds and sensitivity to wet surfaces, with further minor tyre tread adjustments to most cars in the catalogue. There are also some car-specific changes. The GT3 Gen 2 gets a further BOP pass to V10 powered models. There is also corrected an error in the Lamborghini low downforce variant, giving it an extra 4% of power. The GT3 gets a slightly higher default rear wing. There's also a further bot pass for V10 powered vehicles, which corrects an error in the Lamborghini Huracan low downforce, giving it an extra 30 horsepower. The Montana gets fixed engine sensitivity to front damage. There's also a fix for the Sigma P1 AI lagging several seconds behind its class rival in the Metal Moro MRX. The Super Trophy Truck Series is essentially an off-road racing series popular in America and Australia. It sees identical off-road trucks race in various conditions and venues, including street circuits, and it includes the phenomenon of the trucks that oversteer while dragging the front near side wheel off the ground in the air during hard cornering. It's a lesson in suspension kinematics, if nothing else. The track list gives a wide range of options integrated in some of European classics as well as US and Australian circuit. Mechanically identical, although rebodied, these trophy trucks have over 600 brake horsepower. They're powered with a Chevy V8 engine. The transmission is a surprise because that's a 3-speed sequential gearbox. They also have space frame fiberglass body and weigh only 1,400 kilograms, so they have really good acceleration and feel actually quite light to drive, with a potential top speed of 140 miles an hour. The awesome thing about them is the cornering attitude is bizarre, and also the landings. The driving experience of the Super Trophy Truck Series are a great addition, and I feel surpass what I expected. The trucks are predictable once you get used to them. You can really drift and glide them around the corners, but with that high power and light body weight, it's really easy to get it wrong when you first hop in the truck. They're definitely, once you get used to them, a real joy to throw round the various tracks. Comparing the real-life truck, it's easy at high speed to lift the inside front wheel off the ground due to the extreme suspension movement. The Super Trophy trucks make for one of the most unusual and fun experiences in AMS2. You can't beat the first time you take off while jumping over the ramp and sliding out to the corner on the throttle. Races are split into either 12 laps or 20 minutes depending on which is completed first, while competition cautions are used at the halfway point to group drivers back together for closer racing to the finish. If you haven't already signed up, sign up for Just Race. They've been running beta test events with great success. And as we head into the new season, I expect to see some special events on low fuel motorsport, as these are great fun to drive and should get some good grid sizes. Remember, if you've made it this far, please like and subscribe to keep in touch. If you didn't already have the Adrenaline Pack 1, check out my other video here. This video covers everything that is in that pack that will be a nice bolt-on to this Adrenaline Pack 2. So what's coming up next? Well, there's a load of development that Reza is working on, and my expectation is that we won't have to wait very long for some more additional content. Thanks for watching, and see you at the next one.